All right. So here, I'm going to give you a scenario we ran across yesterday because we're using RedX and we're putting in those people that we connect with into Follow Up Boss. So yesterday we find this person who moved into their townhome 2017, and now their townhome's worth like almost triple, which is insane. Okay. And now they say, well, look, we had them on the phone for about 12 minutes and they're like, look, we would sell at this price, but I don't want to put my home on the market. I don't want to meet with you. If you have somebody that's really interested, right, let me know and let me know about the price. And then if they're okay at this price range, I'll let them see the home, right? What do you do in that scenario? This is what happened yesterday to us. And by the way, we already found a buyer for them, but I want to know, what would you do in that scenario so that you don't lose them, because they sound a little aggressive, right? But you don't want to lose the opportunity either. All right. Everyone's jumping in. Welcome. I've got Dale Archdekin. Yes, it's Archdekin, not Archdekin, just so you know. And
4 years of you pronouncing that. You got it amazing.
Dude, come on. I asked you, I'm like, okay, is it Deacon or Deacon?
Yep.
I got you. And then CC Underwood. What's up, CC? Jacksonville, Florida.
Everyone?
Mega team. CC, what does the CC stand for?
Oh, my goodness. They used to be my initials. It is she that shall not be named. My mom cannot do a great job in that department.
I love that. It's like Harry Potter. He who shall not be named. I love that. Well, welcome. This is a Follow Up Boss webinar. It's sponsored by them. And obviously all of us are using Follow Up Boss. We love them. Let's get right into it. Dale, what is it that you do for Follow Up Boss, and what do you do on your own, really quick?
Yeah, so I'm the founder of Smart Inside Sales, and we're a scripting dialogue sales training company for agents and ISAs, specializing in lead conversion. And so for Follow Up Boss, they have our course, Conversion University, the video portion of our course, as training made available to all their members. So through the Follow Up Boss app, you can access our training right through there. And then we provide twice monthly live webinars similar to this, where we're actually showing up, teaching, practicing, role playing, even doing call reviews with their users. Live sales training.
Love it.
Do you also break down calls on that one like you do in Cash Call, or no?
Yes, we do, my friend, and I love doing it.
Nice. So you make fun of all the scripts that I shoot out there. I got you.
Well, I'll say this, on Cash Call, we yuck it up much more. Inside Follow Up Boss, or inside, when people work directly with my company, we take it much more seriously. We honor the effort, we honor the output, right? And so we come from a place of wanting to help you and make things better for you, and then we just laugh in the green room afterwards. No, I'm kidding.
I like it when you're just brutally honest and you're like, dude, that sucked. Let me show you how to actually do it. Those are the best, Dale. Those are the best.
Yeah, I know sometimes I'm a little too direct, but it does come from love. It's because I give a shit.
Yeah,
because I give a shit that I say those things. Yeah,
that's it.
And I'm
all right.
So,
Cece, you have a mega team in Florida. You've had some amazing ups and then downs and then ups, right? So it's cool.
Yep.
It's cool.
Run a business.
Tell me a little bit about your team and how you run it and where you get most of your transactions from.
So we do a lot of agent to agent referrals. That's top, in addition to our spear and referral. And we work with Follow Up Boss and White Lopo for our Google PPC leads.
Nice. Do you only do Google PPC right now, or are you also doing Facebook lead ads or anything else online?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So
all the things we do.
You do everything.
We got a team, so we do a ton of recruiting ads. We're in Florida, so where everyone's coming. Inventory challenges, so we're getting a lot of the objections. A lot of agents are here.
I like it. All right, let's talk about scripts first. Even though it's tips and scripts, I want to talk about scripts because, like you said, CC, it's a tough world that we're in right now. We're actually doing an Instagram live with Peter Hernandez from Douglas Elliman, and we're going on today at 2 on Instagram. and we're talking about just dialogue for getting more listings. So I want to talk about the dialogue that you guys are using. And Dale, chime in because you're like the script master as well. When it comes to being able to lock in some of these online leads, because the first thing I hear is for online leads in general is that, oh, they don't work, or I've tried it for a long time and they're terrible and they're only buyers. Who wants buyers, right? So tell me some of the approach that you have on that first, and then we'll go to Dale.
So specifically for sellers, I mean, I think it's generating the traffic. We use a lot of our partners. Street Tags, Follow Up Boss has been something that we utilize with BombBomb with the emails. So we're using a lot more video in our BombBomb emails with Follow Up Boss to convert. And honestly, right now, a lot of them are like, what's my home worth? We get a ton of home value leads, a ton of home value leads. So I think that's really interesting that there's still a ton of people that might be those sleeper sellers out there, you know, that are just waiting. And you can look at that two ways, right? It's, hey, if they are fearful, one, are we handling the objections? Is their fear valid? Or is it made up based on what other agents are telling them and what the media is telling them? You know, or is this just a really great long-term seller? Like, here's our pipeline.
That's you know what, that's really good information, because a lot of us think that what's your home value has gone away, but that just shows, I mean, we're actually discovering the same thing. And I mean, what an amazing call to action still, whether you're mailing or doing ads online, and just to bring in sellers, just to start that conversation. So tell me, when you're getting these types of leads coming through, do you just give them the home value? Do you call them up? Do you send it to them by email? What's that look like?
I mean, our first goal is always still an appointment. Even if they're looking for evaluation, our goal is to just put them at ease and get their comfort level to say, look, we promise we will not solicit your listing. Okay. We know what you're asking for. However, you could also go on, you know, one of the other online websites. If you only wanted an online generated, you can get that online somewhere. So why are you asking a realtor? Why did you come to the realtor site? What is the reason, right? So what I'm hearing is you're wanting an accurate valuation potentially to either sell or refinance. And when they come back, okay, great. So when's a good time? Our agents, we just need 15 minutes to take photos. We'll bring that back so that we can give you an accurate valuation. And that puts them at ease, just to say, we're not going to solicit. We know you might not be ready to sell today. We understand you.
Cece, can I ask a question? Is that your spoken script, or is that written in an email or text, or how do you deliver that?
That's our spoken script.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And then Jim's asking, how are the home value leads generated? Are those through Ylopo, Cece?
So with Ylopo, we're mostly we did switch. We tested our market seller leads and just the cost. So the great thing about Ylopo is they tell you when your market is just overpriced for that type of stuff. So right now we're focused on Facebook home value leads.
Nice. I like that. Which, I mean, the ad, I'm thinking of an ad that would work in Florida. And I'm like, what about, don't let the media lie to you about your home value? I'm just saying, you know, that might work. That might work.
Are you looking online? Did you see that your value has gone up and down every day, just like the interest rates in the market? Are you confused by what they're telling you? I mean, and how do you know if what your cash offer, why would you believe what they told you the market value when they're going to put it on the market for $20,000 more tomorrow, the day after they buy your house? So I think it's important for us to have those conversations and even ask them, have you already gotten a cash offer? Have you considered a cash offer?
I like that. All right, Dale, going to you on.
Yes, I want to ask her one more question. So Cece, I'm assuming that when they
go ahead. Only because you have nice hair. That was all.
Hey, I was waiting. I'm like, where's the hair compliment?
It was happening. It was happening.
So Cece, I'm assuming that with those ads, you aren't running them. You're running them to a registration and not to an automated CMA or anything like that, right?
Correct.
Okay, I just want to make that clear for people that are listening, because there's options, right? If you're looking, so if you want to do what Cece's doing, she's doing the model where you aren't giving them an automated valuation. Some providers of that service will give an automated valuation, and sometimes that's a different conversation.
Actually, let's go into that really quick because
Yeah.
we do that. We run both types of ads. We run the Facebook lead ad, seller ads, where they go into HomeBot.
Mhm.
They get an estimated value, and then we're calling them up and giving them a real value, right? But we let them know that that's just a quick robot giving them the value. And then the other side of this is when we're mailing out our pieces, we have a QR code, and then when you scan the QR code, it also takes them to the landing page on HomeBot, right? This way, at least we know and we capture them. So it's an entry point where we can at least see that they're interested, and then we take over. So that's actually a really good point, Dale. Now, Dale, when it comes to seller conversations, if they're coming in like they're coming in for CC, what would that conversation look like dialogue wise? How would we start it so that we have a better outcome?
Well, I think CC's script is perfectly fine, and she's tested this out and used it. I don't hear anything wrong with that. They've come to us. They've requested something. She starts out by reducing their fear, reducing their resistance, like immediately naming the thing that they probably want to avoid. So I think her scripting is great.
All right. I want to role play with you. No, actually, hold on. I recorded CC's earlier. I'm joking, CC. I didn't record. Let's role play, Dale.
Sure.
You have amazing scripts. So you're going to be the agent. I'm going to be the seller. I won't give you a hard time. I just want to kind of flow so that people can understand how it should be going.
Sure. Okay. So I'm going to use a couple of things. I'm going to use your name assumptively. I'm going to repeat your first word. I'm going to use your name assumptively. And then what I'm going to do is this is what everybody wants to know. And there's two options. First of all, you can either use a salutation, which is how are you doing? How's your day, et cetera, or you can skip over the salutation and do a push-in script, right? So depending on the market, depending on the skill level of the agent, or how much spam call happens in your market, you may want to just go straight with push-in. However, natural speech, if you'll notice, anytime you call somebody that you know or that you're in business with, you don't normally just say, hey, it's Dale, and launch into what you want, right? You say, hey, Tristan, it's Dale, what's going on? That's my salutation, right? So in normal speech, you use a salutation.
I mean, Dale, look, so people understand that works I'm assuming, CC, that would work in Florida. It works in California. But if you go to New York and you start like that, it's not going to work, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're in Philly. So would that work in Philly?
It depends. If it's a super cold lead, we get a lot of spam calls here. So if they don't recognize your name or know that they took an action, you might get shoved off the phone. So if it's really cold leads and you're cold prospecting, you want to do the push in without the salutation. So you don't get what we do.
Okay. Now before we start, do any of you have like an indication at the beginning, say, hey, CC, you just visited our website. You just came through Google. You just came through Facebook. Do you do that, or do you just go right into it?
Well, I think that's
right away.
Go ahead, CC. That's part of the intro. What people want to know is, who are you? Why are you calling me, and what do you want? That's what they want to know. So that's the best way to stack a script.
Yep.
Let's do it. Go.
Okay, so I'll do mine and then you do yours, CC, right? So, I mean, she's the one running these things, but I'll go ahead and just give you our principles.
Yeah,
so,
you suck, she doesn't. That's pretty much
right. All right, so Tristan, ring.
Hi.
Hi, Tristan, this is Dale Archdekin with Amazing Realty. Looks like you just requested your home valuation on Facebook. I really appreciate you doing that. And
yeah. You know what? We were just wondering what, we're seeing all the news about homes selling like crazy, and we just want to know what our home was worth, right?
Of course, man. We get so many inquiries like that of neighbors of yours. Everybody wants to know what the value of their home is. So I can absolutely get to that for you. Just need to ask you a couple of questions first. But Tristan, what is it about the home values that has you curious, man? What are you guys thinking of doing?
Well, we've been here for a while, and we bought it about 7 years ago. And I mean, if the price is right, who knows, right? The thing is, you said your name was Dale.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Dale, where would we move to, right? Like, that's a crazy question.
Great question, but that's a long time from here, right? That's further down the road. Let's just figure out first what your house is worth. Now I'm going to ask you questions about your house, right? I'm going to shift gears on you.
Okay, go.
Only because I don't want to try to handle an objection that doesn't need to be handled yet when I have no rapport with you. So I'll talk about your home. Everybody loves talking about their home.
Yep, yep. So then you'd ask like, so tell me a little bit about your home. Like, have you
Yeah.
remodeled it? Have you added a pool? What have you done in 7 years? Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And then, I'd probably ask you to tell me the things that are awesome about your house that that buyers would love about it. And then I'll ask you about the things that you think you'd change if you were able to, which is going to help us segue into, hey, you know what? All that sounds really amazing. In order for me to give you a really great price on your home, in case you wanted to make any decision based on that, it's best if I come by, take a look at it. It'll take me 15 minutes. We walk through, you show me what's amazing about the house, and I can then put together a really good value for you. So that
Oh, nice. You're kind of
whatever.
sneaky there, dude. You're like, oh, tell me about your home. Tell me about your home. And they're, oh, that's cool. But now I have to see it. So when can I stop by and see it? Because it sounds great. I like that. All right, Cece, do you do the same thing?
A little different. We handle objections a little bit different, only because we've got some programs available.
Well, you're in Florida. You're like getting bombarded from the whole world. It's coming to you right now.
Everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid of selling, and they don't know where they're going to go. So,
So what would let's take over right there. If I'm saying, and Dale, if you want to answer Darren, I know you've got a script, so you can just do it in the chat. But Cece, if I'm saying the same thing I told Dale, which is the number one thing we get right now, was like, it'd be awesome if I got $1 million for my home that I bought for 200,000 7 years ago. But where would I go? I can't. I mean, I love the neighborhood, but where am I going to go?
Well, Tristan, if I could find you the home, and would you move?
I mean, I would if the price is right, so that I have enough money to buy the home I want.
Okay. If there's a way that we can help you find a home, purchase it before you had to sell, does that interest you?
But is that realistic? I mean,
Yes, it is.
then yeah, I mean, I would. I mean, I probably have to talk to my wife, because then I want to stay married, right? But after that, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this a few times, and yeah, it makes sense. Sure.
Great. I mean, we've got a lot of options, and I think it's important. It does matter who you work with in this market. We do have a lot of options for our sellers who also are looking to purchase in a market like this. I promise you, none of our home buyers have gone homeless when you work with us. And it would be a good time for us to stick together.
I like that. All right. So I like that none of our clients have been left homeless. That's cool. So you added humor. I like that script. All right. So then let's say, okay, that sounds great. I'm interested to know more about how this process works. What do we do next? Like, do we just talk on the phone again? Do we meet at your office? What's that look like?
Yeah, next steps would be I'll come by the house. We'll talk a little bit about the different options for you. And again, it's a no obligation. It's a chance for you and I to get to know each other and for you to understand all of your options. So even if we get together and decide that you have the value and you're not quite ready, you have the information. Our team will be here for you when you are ready. And if you decide to move forward with our program and you want to start looking at homes, then we'll get started. So when would be a good time for us to meet?
I like that. All right. So let's say we meet. Now, let's say we don't meet. How do you stay nurturing these people, whether it's through Follow Up Boss or through YLOPO on the retargeting? What are the processes you have in place that makes your life easier so you don't lose me in the mix in like 6 to 7 months?
I mean, that's the long-term nurture is the hardest part, and we're tweaking our system. So it's everything. I mean, much like the real estate market and helping a buyer find a home, it's exhausting. Everything you do right now is exhausting. Your follow-up for long-term sellers is going to be exhausting too, because you are hitting them with, I would say, educational, valid emails. So that's why we've really worked hard on recording a bunch of videos for engagement. Sending out text videos have been wonderful. Once you get them the valuation, you're following up with that video text. Hey, just want to make sure that you got it. Do you have any questions? We're seeing there's so much email, text, right? They're getting mail from Open Door and OfferPad. They're getting wholesalers and investors blowing up their phones. They're texting them, do you want to sell? So it's not like they have a shortage of people. You know, they don't have a shortage. They actually have so much. They have so many people coming at them to buy their house. But they don't have anyone educating them. They don't have anyone
Interesting.
acting, you know, like they're confident, like their real estate wealth advisor. So you really do need to have that face-to-face phone personal interaction to solidify it, because you're just one of 20. Really, we're all one of 20 right now.
Yeah. So what I would say to that, what Cece just said is when she gets that lead who comes in and speaks to them, they've now gotten the permission. So even though there's all those other people bombarding them, they don't have the permission, right? Or maybe one or two do. So don't squander that. Once you've gotten the permission, don't waste it.
That makes a lot of sense, dude. I like that. Can
No,
we
meet
talk?
them and leave them. You know, you get that opportunity just because they're not ready right now. My gosh, like the 12 months, so many times we've gotten those people, they're like, you're the only one that stayed in touch with us. I'm getting realtors, you know, brand new sites, and they're registering, of course, but they're cherry picking. They'll stay with the ones that have been consistent with them.
All right. So here, I'm going to give you a scenario we ran across yesterday, because we're using RedX, and we're putting in those people that we connect with into Follow Up Boss. So yesterday we find this person who moved into their townhome 2017, and now their townhome's worth like almost triple, which is insane. Okay. And now they say, well, look, we had them on the phone for about 12 minutes, and they're like, look, we would sell at this price, but I don't want to put my home on the market. I don't want to meet with you. If you have somebody that's really interested, right, let me know, and let me know about the price. And then if they're okay at this price range, I'll let them see the home, right? What do you do in that scenario? This is what happened yesterday to us. And by the way, we already found a buyer for them, but I want to know, what would you do in that scenario so that you don't lose them? Because they sound a little aggressive, right? But you don't want to lose the opportunity either.
Mm-hmm.
What would that look like?
I mean, for us, it definitely depends on the price point, if we could. And of course, we've got our local, just say, well, we really need your permission to market the home. And, you know, in the state of Florida, for us to market a home, we really need your permission. So what would that look like? Is there an agreement where we could do an off-market listing? We have that available here. Not like a coming soon, but an actual, hey, if we do this, now note your home will not be advertised on the MLS. It won't be on Google. It won't be on Zillow. But you are agreeing that you want to sell. If I bring you a buyer, I still need an agreement, permission to market in place. Or it could just be a cash offer direct, depending on the price point. We would say, great, are you interested in cash offers? I'd love to bring you.
Ooh, I like that. I like that too. All right, Dale, what about you?
Yeah. So I don't run a real estate team, right? But I do coach and train teams from like 3 agents up to 30 agents in all sorts of different markets. So I think Cece has a great answer based on her market and based on her team. And so I can't just give one recommendation here. That is a really great way to go about it if it works for your team and in your market. In some markets, the inventory is so insanely tight that if I have a 30 agent team and we're losing offers left and right, I'm going to say, hey, fantastic. Listen, if you're willing to sell, let's perfect for me. I'm going to shop that internally to my team. I'm going to shop that through our database of 67,000 leads, right? And we're going to find somebody to come buy that house. I'm not going to predicate it on forcing you to meet with me or forcing you to sign paperwork even. That's for those kind of teams, right? If you're really small and you're in a much looser market, right? You're in Michigan where there's still supply, you know, and the prices aren't insane. You know, in that case, I'm probably going to require that I come to your house and we have a real conversation and we have something on paper. So it really just depends on the size of the team and the given market. But I'd say base it on what your unique conditions are. And if your inventory is so tight, then listen, anybody who says they'll entertain an offer or let somebody walk through their house in a super tight market, as far as I'm concerned, that's almost as good as a listing right now.
As a seller. Yeah. And to your point, the reverse prospecting on the website that you can do, like you said, if your websites have that ability, You just plug those numbers in. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at our database right now. It looks like we have 15 potential buyers for your home. I'm going to contact them.
Got it. All right. Question from Jennifer. She has a good question. This is the question. She says, this is the scenario. I do not want to sell if I cannot get XYZ amount on my house, or I don't want to sell if I can't find my replacement home. I think the replacement home, I think CC answered that one well, so we'll skip that one. But if I can't get this amount for my home, I won't sell. How would you guys address that?
I think that, again, the answer is going to be based on the market. So I'll start with that one, right? In a super crazy tight market where basically offers are 100K over, I'd say, great, name your price. We're going to shoot for it, right? I literally have clients in Toronto who are like, I don't even know how to price property anymore.
Yep.
We just put a big number on it and then double it and somebody buys it, right? So they're like, I don't even know anymore how this works. Literally, that's what they've said. So that's what I would say. Crazy market, great. Name your number. Who gives a shit? In a regular, like not overly saturated market, I mean, really what you want to do ultimately is get face to face with somebody. If they're saying if you're not in a crazy market and you're still having offers that don't go into multiples, then I might, as long as they're not asking for double what it's worth, just yes them. I learned this from you, Tristan. You are the master of yes. Just yes them and get in front of them. Make a relationship with them because they own a house, right? And they may sell it. So I would get face to face with them.
That's so funny. That's so true. I think in the current market we're in, and it changes, right? And CC, you said it at the beginning. It depends where we're at. And right now, we're in a world that I've been wrong a few times. I've been in the business for 18 years and practicing real estate. And I've gotten it wrong where I said, guys, we just can't list it at that price. And somebody else, no joke, it just happened to us, came in, listed the home for 200,000 over what I suggested. And it sold in 3 days. And I'm like, so then I went to my team and I'm like, guys, let's just take anything right now. It doesn't matter the price. And then we'll just put a contingency when we list it, say, hey, we're going to try it for 3 weeks at this crazy ass price. If it works, amazing. But if it doesn't, let's get what we would call real, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know what real looks like right now. So,
right. You know, what's funny is, so I was a listing agent in 08, 09, 10, when the market had crashed and values were plummeting. And I had to say the same thing to sellers. I had to say, listen, I have no evidence to show you that you will have to reduce first, we have to price it below what you think it should be right now. And we have to reduce it every week by 10% if it doesn't sell. And I have no evidence to show you. I can't prove it to you. All I can tell you is that that's what's going on in the market right now. That's how crazy our market was at that time in terms of home values, similar to in some markets, what's going on in terms of pricing right now. It's like, I don't know what somebody will pay for it. They keep setting records every day.
especially in Florida.
But to your point,
it's
all about the time, right? It's time in the market. Great. So if we did this and we're able to get an offer, however, at what point that you don't get an offer, because the data shows no matter the price, if a buyer's willing to pay for it, right, they're going to do so the first week. So yes, and here's what that looks like. So your get real price, get in front of them. And we always still like to go back to the seller motivation. Like, is it price only? Or, so what happens next? All right, we sell your home at this. What happens next? Where are you going?
Ooh,
right,
I like that.
Are you leaving?
You know what?
Let's say we put your home at what you want and we get a cash offer that comes in at this price. Would you take it? Right? It's that old FSBO script. The old FSBO script of like, what, if you received a cash offer, what's the lowest cash offer you've taken? Instantly, they've dropped 20 grand. And you're like, all right, money.
Cece, that's very reminiscent of what Dale teaches. And Dale, it's called follow the no. Is that what it is?
Follow the no. Yep.
All right. Explain that to me, because it's kind of like what Cece just said, right?
Yeah, essentially follow the no. The concept there is that your line of questioning should go to unpack whatever the no is they gave you, right? what we say is understand it like they understand it. The reason that we coined the phrase follow the no is because what I found oftentimes is when a salesperson would run into an objection that they didn't know how to handle, they might skip around it, or they might try to immediately close into the face of it without understanding it actually. So follow the no means understand how that no works, where it's coming from, what they think it's going to get them, before you try to do anything else.
All right. That's exactly what she said. You're following a process of, hey, let me just discover a little bit more of the real motivation. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes we're too busy trying to set the appointment that we're not listening.
Yes. That's active listening to people. We always say, like, you're talking to people. If you don't get the people, you're not getting the listing.
You know, that's so true. I think the more I did webinars initially with Dale, the more you and I were doing webinars initially, when you jumped into LCA more, I was like, I started realizing and going like, damn, I'm not following the no. I'm just going straight for the kill. It's like, I need to slow down a little bit.
I'm going to put that on coffee mugs. People love that phrase.
Dude,
Oh,
that is
I like
a
it.
really good one. All right, Cece,
Never heard that.
what do you say when, and we're a little bit over, but this is last question. I'll go to both of you. What do you say when somebody just says the same line everyone uses? I'm just looking for my value, or I'm just looking to see what's available. I'm just looking. What do you typically say, Cece?
So we might ask, some follow-up questions to that. You say, okay, well, do you have a value in mind? All right. When you get that, is there a certain amount of equity that you're looking for? What would you do with it? So we're still going back to that motivation just by asking questions. Well, yes, you're looking, you're curious, but for what? For what reason? Is it to refinance? Even for those people who are like, yeah, I'm just curious. Oh, are you looking to do some upgrades in your home? Like, we're really just trying to get them, like you said, I love this follow the no thing. I haven't heard it before, but move them past it's still an objection. It's still, something to get you off the phone, and for them to just play it off so that they're not talking because they still believe that if they talk to the realtor, we're going to force them to sell their house.
Yeah.
In some world, no, we can,
True.
we're here to educate. So what are you going to do? Right. And now you're lowering, that you're lowering their defense, you're putting their walls down, because now you're having a conversation about the things they want and that are important to them. And you can move that conversation into, oh yeah, if it is renovations, okay, great, you've been there for a few years. Is there anything else? Have you ever thought about investing with that? So you can move that conversation multiple ways once you know what it's for.
I like that. And I think the one thing that you keep on going back to, as I'm taking notes, is you love to educate. And I see that on your TikTok. You've blown up like from, I think the last time I checked, you were like at 7,000, because I keep on seeing your videos, but I hadn't checked that you were like at 20,000. I was like, what the hell?
I know, I couldn't get to 10,000 to save my life.
And then you blew up. Right.
People love to be educated, and people stalk you. I mean, people stalk you forever, and they watch. How many times have you gotten a buyer come back? It was like, they never respond. You keep sending them listings. They never, ever respond to you. And then out of the blue, they're like, yo, this is it.
That's it. That's it. That's so true.
It's always a great feeling. You're like, oh, it paid off.
It was worth it.
What's your handle on TikTok?
CC Underwood 904.
CC Underwood 904. I'm going to just grab it. And there you are. It was different, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I changed it up. So now it matches my Instagram.
Perfect. Smart. All right. I just put the link there. And Ryan says you had a video that hit 340,000.
Ryan, what's up?
See, somebody knows what's happening there. There you go. I love your videos because it goes back to what you and I were talking about right now. Education, education, education. You're just setting the expectation for the perception that you want the consumer to feel about you. That perception, right? That's all it is. All right, Dale, what about you? I'm just looking.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just looking.
Yeah, if we're talking about a seller inquiry, I might ask a question like, hey, absolutely no problem, Tristan. A lot of people do that. tell me, how will that information about your home value help you?
Oh, well, I just want to know what my home is worth, because we want to know how much money we have in the piggy bank.
Ah, yeah, that's a great idea, man. It is a huge investment. Okay, so you might be farther up the buying funnel, right? Or selling funnel. So it's totally fine. And we're just going to have a conversation. I'm going to get to like you. You're going to get to like me. And I'm going to try and get into your house in any way that I can to get a face-to-face and meet with you, even if I can't convince you to sell over the phone or however that may be. But I want to get the face-to-face, because if you are a nurture, if I'm going to be nurturing you, I have a far higher chance of converting you and keeping you with me if I can get face-to-face with you.
I love that. Yeah, true. And I mean, if you can't, then that's when the nurturing comes into play. And that's where I feel social media comes into play massively.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
So then, Dale, when are you starting TikTok? That's all I want to know.
My team keeps telling me that these young people in my marketing department are like, you got to be on the TikTok. And I'm like, that's for my kids to watch funny memes about partridge.
Dude, come on. You need to have your handle should be the hair dude.
Right.
The hair master.
It's
Yeah,
for
wait,
the
hold on,
40
check this
plus
out.
individuals too.
Yeah. Wait, I got to show you something. So this is my wife. Here's what we'll do for anybody who follows me on TikTok. When we get it together, you're going to get one of these stickers that my wife had made up of me. Could be she's I think she's trying to tell me I'm a little full of myself. She had those made.
Look at those eyes.
Dude, look at that.
Woo, is that funny?
There we go. All right, we're going to end it with Dale better get on TikTok and follow CC. You're at 20,200 followers. That is insanity. Great job.
We'll give you a follow and like, CC.
That was awesome.
The hair. I would like a face, please.
We all need stickers. We all need stickers now.
I need to be sending those out to, be
All
like,
right.
hey, here's
Dale,
the
where do people go and follow you? Where do you want them to get more information about what you do?
Sure. So we have a website, smartinsidesales.com, and then we're on Facebook, YouTube. You can find us anywhere. What you should do is, if you should sign up for LabCoatAgents Premium and come and join our Cash Call podcast live.
Oh, that's right, dude. Thank you. That's where you break down the calls with Brian Curtis.
Yes.
And like, if my call was recorded, you're like, oh, Tristan, you sucked. You should have.
This is where we laugh at your pain. No, I'm kidding.
Terrible.
We hand out amazing high-level coaching for free on our podcast. Let's put it that way.
You do, man.
Nice.
You guys do. Cece, where do we go follow you? Are you going deeper into TikTok, Instagram? What are you favoring right now?
YouTube and TikTok are my go-to, and then we're just copying and pasting everywhere else. So we're doing lots of YouTube for careers, for recruiting, and for buyer and seller education. So doubling up.
I love that. And I'm following you. I love watching your stuff. Every time you pop up, I like it. And sometimes I comment. And then sometimes I laugh at people being mean. I'm like, what the hell?
Those are I've got two. They're kind of like my heroes. They're on every single video I do, just hammering me every time.
Dude.
I love them.
Everybody's got, and listen, you're not popular if you don't have trolls, right?
That's right. That's right.
He's committed. He's very committed.
Damn. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Cece, thank you for doing this. Dale, you rock.
Nice to meet you, Dale.
Nice to meet you too. I'm gonna have to follow your stuff.
That's right, dude. Get on TikTok.
Smart Inside Sales.
Dale's on TikTok. Bye, everybody.